Hello again. Now, Siemens SA and Aspen are teaming up to enhance vaccine production in Africa. The partnership will allow Aspen Pharmacare to increase production capacity in order to meet the rising demand for COVID-19 vaccines on the continent. Well, to tell us more on this is CEO of Siemens Southern and Eastern Africa, Sabine Dall'Omo, joining us now via Zoom, currently visiting Botswana. So she finds herself in Gabs, Gaborone, this afternoon. Ms. Dall'Omo, thank you very much for your time and for talking to us. This sounds like a good story, but when I saw it, I thought Siemens South Africa and Aspen. Aspen, I know it's pharmaceutical, but Siemens, as far as I know, you are more technological than pharmaceutical. So what is this about?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and I hope you can hear me clearly. So look, from a Siemens point of view, we have been very active in the pharmaceutical environment since COVID came along. We have been always there before, but obviously COVID has amplified the need to come with technology, because what is very clear with regards to vaccine development and the various variants which we encounter is that vaccination and vaccines have to be adapted permanently in order to meet the latest strain or the latest variant. And in a production environment with such a high level of documentation, quality to make sure, that the vaccine which is later on produced is also meeting the standards, you need to do that with digital technologies. You can't do that always from scratch. And so our partnership with Aspen is really great, because we are applying our digital twin technology with our suite of solutions which we have available specifically in the production management, assisting the management and the production flow of the vaccine, so that whatever we are going to have produced here in South Africa from the Aspen factory is meeting the desired standards and is safe for use, and also meeting all the protocols required, and obviously makes it more efficient and effective. And on the other side, obviously, it will help as well to ensure that the energy management around vaccine production is enabled.
So there's also the issue of energy efficiency there. So you as Siemens are going to provide Aspen, just in simple language, with a suite of digital technologies to help them in the manufacturing of vaccines in Gqeberha, in the Eastern Cape, at their facility in the Eastern Cape.
Correct, yeah. And we have done something similar with Pfizer-BioNTech in Germany, where in about 2.5 months, Siemens has helped BioNTech to ramp up the Marburg plant in order to produce a vaccine, which also we have received here in South Africa.
So now this will then improve the production of the vaccines and help them also to do it in a way that's energy efficient. Will Siemens be also training and developing skills locally in terms of that production facility? Because I guess this is high-tech stuff, very advanced.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you look at Siemens South Africa, we are level 1 BBBE contributor, and training and education of our workforce specifically in our ecosystem, but also with our partners, be it our customers, but also training institutions, is absolutely key for us and our responsibility here in South Africa. So yes, we will train locals in order to manage the systems.
So when your Siemens digital technologies are laid out there, the net effect, besides the other stuff that you've mentioned, like energy efficiency and the production thing, will it help them to produce, or develop rather, more vaccines for the continent in a faster way, that they reach the market quicker?
Yeah, on the development side, obviously we're not a pharmaceutical company, so we will not develop the vaccine per se with the composites required. But once you have defined what kind of vaccine is needed to produce it, to simulate it in a workflow, also to ensure that the workforce in the factory has the latest standards, understand what kind of protocols they have to observe, and that, whenever you have adaptations to your production process, you can first simulate it in a digital twin and then deploy it into your manufacturing site without having any downtimes or having any production losses with regards to wastage of product. So yes, that's what we are going to do.
Finally, Ms. Dall'Omo, what does this mean for Siemens as a multinational? You mentioned that in this particular issue of vaccines, you've done the same in Germany. Now you're doing the same here in South Africa. What does this deal, this partnership with Aspen Pharmacare mean for Siemens, Southern Africa and Eastern Africa?
Oh, for Siemens, it's really partnering with a very reputable company like Aspen, which is already on the forefront of vaccine production here on the continent. And it's a great opportunity for us to also make sure that South Africa is the place on the continent, but specifically also in the global south, where vaccine production is possible. Yeah, when you think about what we experienced after the Omicron variant has been discovered in South Africa, I think the Western world somehow disregarded the capabilities on the continent. And I do believe this is for us one of the great highlights, which shows that South Africa is really in the forefront of these kind of modern technologies. On the other hand, it's also, as Siemens, we are not just here for doing business. We are in South Africa since more than 160 years. So for us, it's a further commitment to society and also helping to make a difference, not only in South Africa, but also in the neighboring countries and beyond. And it's something we are, as a corporate citizen, very proud of.
Is that why you're in Botswana today?
Well, not quite because of it, but a little bit.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. I had to ask you that because you are in Gaborone, that maybe you've mentioned neighboring countries. There's a deal that is coming through in the same space in Botswana. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sabine Dall'Omo, the CEO of Siemens Southern and Eastern Africa.